send me some sorry lines, but passion undying, that the oceans can't subside.
Today we're talking about silk screening. These pieces in front of me are ones that I've already silk screened. They're dried and been fired. So some of the things you're going to need for this project are some paint, and this is acrylic paint. This is Apple Barrel brand. One of the things you have to consider when you're doing this technique is that not every brand of acrylic paint works on every brand of polymer clay. So you're going to have to do a lot of testing. So I did find that Primo brand polymer clay works really well with the Apple brand acrylic paint and the Apple Barrel acrylic paint, and the Folk Art brand acrylic paint. So like I said, you are going to have to do some experimenting to find what works best for you. So let me start by showing you a few of the things that I've made. This is a pendant I've made, and what I did was I silk screened these pieces, pieced them all together, added some Swarovski crystals, and then added some canes, and you have a nice pendant. And these are some earrings that I made to go with the pendant. These are some beads that I made that are double-sided with a design on one side and a different design on the other. This is a pendant I made, and I used multiple colors to achieve this really cool kind of Skinner blend effect almost. This one was done over scrap clay, believe it or not. And here's a little birdie necklace, silk screen, and that's using multiple colors as well. So let me move all this aside and show you some of the things you're going to need. These are some actual silk screens. This one actually has a swirly design. This one's a floral design. And you can actually create the designs yourself. There is a product on the market. I believe it's called Photo Easy. And you can create your own, or you can buy them. Some people do sell them online, and we may be selling them too. We don't know yet. You can use any design, and it doesn't matter. Just you have to have the proper equipment, which is this. Some, like I said, acrylic paint. You're going to need something to bring the acrylic paint across the silk screen. This is from Stanislaus, and this is like a a rubber, and like a harder rubber. It's still flexible, but a little harder. And you can actually use an old credit card, too, for this technique. So one of the things that you have to remember when you're doing this is that acrylic paint dries pretty fast. So when you do your silk screening, you want to do it and then wash it right off your silk screen. Because if you don't, you'll end up having it dry, and it does. It's still going to, some will still stay on there, but you want to avoid it if you can. So let me move this aside and let me show you actually a piece here that's been silk screened yesterday. And here's another one. So let me show you that one. That one's actually several colors to make a beautiful blend. And that one is several colors as well. I mean, you can really do gorgeous things with this. And I personally have actually taken a silk screen, done it, and then went back with another silk screen on top of it for a really cool look too. So you can get your clay and we'll get started. Okay, so what I've done here is I've kneaded and conditioned 1 bar of Primo brand polymer clay in black. And I'm going to use white Apple Barrel paint, and I'm going to use this tool. So what I want to do is I need to look for the shiny side, and there is a shiny side to these stencils. That's the shiny side. The shiny side has to go face down onto the clay. So I'm going to place this face down onto the clay. Now, one of the things that you have to avoid is getting any air pockets. So what I do to avoid that is I use my tool and run it across. And I want to make sure there's no air pockets in there. And that looks good. Now, these silk screens have little holes in them. And once you put the clay in, once you put the paint on, it's going to go through these little holes, and your design is going to show when you lift it away. So it does leave a little bit of texture onto the, the paint. Let me show you that. See, there's texture here. So, that's what you're going to achieve. So it's really cool. Let me just get started so you can see. Alright, so I'm shaking up my paint, making sure that it's well blended. Now, you don't need too much. If you use too much, it does get blobby. So you want to test that out too. So it's better in these little bottles where you can squirt it out. So let me just do that. I'm going to put a little line right here. Not too much. And if I need more, I can always add more. I'm just going to pull. Go straight like this. Pull. Until I make sure that it's covered my whole surface. And then, slowly, I'm going to do the reveal. Gorgeous! Hello! Alright, well, let me hand this off so they can get washed. Because you have to immediately wash this. You don't want to have it stay on your stencil. So let me get my blade. Pick that up so you can see closer. You want to wipe up your surface, get rid of any paint so that you don't have it staining. And there you have it. How gorgeous is that? So if you come on over to polymerclayclassroom.com, we're going to show you the technique where you use multiple colors of paint, and we're going to show you how to make some jewelry and different things there. So thanks for joining us.
Send me some sorry lines, but passion undying.